Hello and welcome to my American Idol review and recap of last night's episode, January 23rd, 2013. So, this episode was another long 2 hours. The episode started off slow with some bad auditions, but towards the end we had some great talent shown. Oh, and the episode has the drama with Nikki and Mariah. Oh Lord, I will get to that later. So, we are in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Scotty McCreery makes an appearance at the auditions. He was really funny when he was pumping up the crowd. He was like, "Next American Idol!" He was like channeling his inner Ryan Seacrest. It was cute. And, I love him. I've seen him in concert twice, and he's one of my favorites. So first up, we had Naomi Moore singing Respect. Honestly, if she had some vocal training, she might have been able to be good. I feel like she just doesn't really know her own voice yet, and she doesn't really know how to use it correctly. And I think sometimes she would be on pitch, but then it would go off, and it was, I don't know, it was a good try, but it wasn't good to be on Idol. And next we have Joel Moore singing Feeling Good. Normally I really can't stand joke contestants. I always feel bad for the person just because they're being made fun of on TV, and it's kind of sad. But besides that, I kind of love this guy. He was so dorky. It was perfect television. It was it was hilarious when he was talking to Nikki, and he was like, "Your hair looks like cotton candy," and she was joking around with him, and she was like, "It's edible." And his face, he was just like, "Oh my God, her hair's edible." Like, he actually believed her. It was so funny. But she was just joking with him, and then he thought it would be a cool gimmick to like lay on the floor and sing, and it was just kind of another reason to laugh at him. So he was funny, got a good laugh, but not good enough, not good at all. Then next up we have Brian Rittenberry, age 27, singing Let It Be. His wife had cancer, which was sad, and it's a sob story. We have those sob stories all the time on these shows, X Factor, American Idol, The Voice, they're everywhere. I honestly really don't get moved by sob stories that much, especially ones that are so basic anymore. Like, if it's just basic, like, oh, I had cancer, or my wife had cancer, or my son had cancer, or just basic things like that, or I got in a car accident, blah. All those, like, basic stories, unless it's, like, unique and it's something that really doesn't ever happen, then it touches me. But because I'm not trying to be like mean or anything, but just because I've seen the same stories over and over and over and over again, it gets repetitive, and it's kind of like, oh, another sob story, oh, I've heard this one before, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying anything against him. I'm glad his wife's fine. It's just, for me personally, I wasn't moved by it, and it's not like, oh, I'm gonna pick up the phone for him because his wife had cancer. Not like that, and a lot of people are like that, unfortunately. So, the whole my wife had cancer is a story that has been used a lot, so it's kind of just like, oh. But, yeah, his voice was nice, nothing special. I don't really see him going too far, sorry. Next we have Jimmy Smith singing God Bless the Broken Road. I don't know, I wanted to like him. He's a nice guy with a nice voice, but he really wasn't that special to me. I don't know. Seems like a nice, cute guy, nice voice. That's about it. I don't know. Maybe he'll change my mind later, but this audition just was average for me. Then we have a few good auditions, and they all make it through, so good for them. Then we have this redneck Matthew Muse singing When I Get Where I Am Going. It was bad. I'm not going to talk about it. Next is Isabel Gonzalez singing Nothing Could Ever Change This Love. I absolutely love this girl. A mature sound, pretty tone. I loved it. Next is Tashia, age 21, and she's a black girl who is into a rock band, which I thought was interesting. Normally, that race, they sang R&B, but nope, this girl likes to rock out. She sang Folsom Prison Blues, and it was okay. Then she sang You Oughta Know, which was a lot better for her style. I liked it. She wasn't the best, but I liked her voice, and she's different, which I like. She gets 2 yeses and 2 nos, but she makes it through because Keith is the tiebreaker, which I don't really know exactly what that means, but okay, she makes it through. Good job. Oh, and then the next audition is where it all happened. I feel bad for this girl, Summer Cunningham. She had to watch the drama go down. But she sang Lean on Me, and she said she's tired. She tried to do the country thing, which kind of threw off a couple of the judges. And she said now she's more of a soulful country, which is a form of country. So I don't know why Keith was like, and Mariah and Randy were making a big deal out of it. I'm assuming when she said I tried the whole country thing, she was maybe saying, oh, I tried like the honky-tonk kind of country. There are many different genres within country. There are people like Miranda Lambert who are, the rockin' kind of redneck, kind of honky-tonk kind of country. There's people like Civil Wars who are like a folky kind of sound. There's people like Taylor Swift who are more pop country. And, there's a lot of different directions you can go within the country music. Tons of different sounds. It's not just country. It's not just one thing. And Nikki had a great point. You don't have to be just one genre. You don't have to be good at just one thing. I find it exciting when an artist can tackle anything. Hell, my idol Haley Reinhart can do jazz, rock, pop, and hell, she even did a country song on Idol, for crying out loud. And, she was ragged on for doing so much more than one genre on her run of Idol, which was absolutely ridiculous, and that made absolutely no sense to me, because she did a fabulous job at all of those genres. So why does she have to just do just one? Why can't she be phenomenal at all of them? And, her album, Haley Reinhart, had a great mixture of jazz, rock, pop, R&B, and it was great, and it was a great representation of her. So I don't think I would like her as much if she was just jazz, just rock, just pop. I feel like that mixture, it makes me appreciate her more because she can do all those things. So yeah, you do need to have a good idea musically who you are when you go into a record company, but can't you musically be more genres? I could tell that this girl was maybe a little confused on what she wanted to do musically, but why can't Idol be a great experiment for her? I've seen a lot of contestants on the show, they start off a little confused, they know they have a good voice, but they're not really sure what genre suits them best, and then they come out of the show, they really find themselves, and they really, make a great album that really represents them. So pretty much this whole argument between Nikki and Mariah, and Randy and Keith were in that argument a little bit, was just pointless, and, I'm definitely Team Nikki on this one. I can see why she got annoyed, because it was annoying, and it annoyed me. So, also, I remember back when this story first surfaced, I remember them saying that Nikki threatened Mariah, but they didn't show that, and, I think just because maybe it just would have been too inappropriate to show on TV. And, yeah, but from what they showed on TV, this whole feud was all hyped up, and it wasn't even that big of a deal. So yeah, it was annoying. But other than that, the next day it looked like they got over it. So, goddamn, all this drama for nothing. So now on to day 2, which was a lot more successful than day 1, if you ask me. First, we had Brandy Hamilton singing All I Could Do Is Cry. I like her, very good, and she said she wants to, she says she wanted the judges to get along and not fight because it makes her sad. Aww. Next is Ashley Smith, age 22, singing Cowboy Casanova. I thought this girl was going to be a joke, but surprisingly, she was really good, and I loved when I'm surprised. This is definitely a pleasant one. She was definitely different and silly with a good voice, and I liked it. And then we have Janelle Arthur, age 22, from Oliver Springs, Tennessee. The country chick. There's always a few country chicks on the show. Last year we had Skylar Lane. The year before that we had Lauren Elena. You gotta love them. And I love Janelle. And she sang Where the Blacktop Ends, which is one of Keith's older songs. And it was a song he actually gave to Scotty McCreery for his album Clear as Day. It's the same song, but the verses are a little bit different. But the chorus is the same with the Walk in the country with me, watch the sun sinking down on the trees. Even though it was Keith's version, it was nice seeing a Scotty song being covered by a girl. Very nice, I liked it. Next is Rodney Barber, age 27, singing I'll Be. He was okay, good voice, made it through. Then we have Candice Glover, age 22, from St. Helena Island, and she sang Syrup and Honey. If you remember her from last year, she was robbed. She had by far the best group performance in Vegas with Miss Jessica Sanchez and DeAndre Brackensick. This is when we were first introduced to Jessica, so I feel like Candice really went unnoticed because she was cut, and Jessica was just like the standout contestant at that point. But I don't know why, because her voice was amazing in song, and it was amazing. And then her audition was just as amazing, and if she keeps singing the right songs, I think she's going to sail to the top 10. Absolutely loved her. Next is Jabrera Barber, age 16, from Clover, South Carolina, singing Pride and Joy. Pretty much her whole audition was her catching frogs and eating their legs. Kind of disgusting. She says it tastes like chicken, but it's still kind of gross. So, her voice is good, so let's just ignore the whole frog thing and appreciate her voice. Excuse me. Then we had... God, I got a dust particle in my throat or something. Okay. Then we had Brad Harris singing A Whole New World. He's bad. I don't know. He said he used to rap, and I kind of would have maybe liked to see him rap, to see if he was good at all. But I doubt he was, so... Moving on. Then last we have Serena Guinn, age 26, singing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was freaking awesome. She did her own little twist on it, and I loved it. She had a sob story, but her audition was cool, so I didn't even care. Good job. Thumbs up. Thank you all for watching, and follow me on Twitter, @MariaHalian, and see you all later.